everybody, and thank you for being here. Yeah, we had some great presentations in the morning. I want to come back to a little bit more to real estate, or not a little bit. I'm a real estate person by heart, so brick and mortar, building, yeah, in all kind of transactions, from the buying of land, acquisition, and portfolio management, and selling it, and developing it, refurbishing it. So I'm a real estate person by heart. When the blockchain came up, I'm from Switzerland. I'm lived there since 30 years. I'm a Swiss citizen now. When you are living in Zug, which is called the Crypto Valley, so it was kind of a very early start of the scene there. So I was lucky to came along this technology quite early. And it fascinated me because it reminded me what I have experienced in my life 3 or 4 times already. I'm going to become 60 now, so I know times without mobile phone. I know times without all of these technology things. So I went into, yeah, then the mobile came, then the internet came, and when I heard first about blockchain technology, it felt like I have heard that before. And that catched my attention because I'm a tech-affine real estate person. And to really bring it always, it is the same thing we heard in '95. What is an @ sign? Do we need that? Oh, complicated, how horrible it looks. All these things are still now in blockchain. But it's a difference. That time the internet was not there, so we didn't have any information. We had very low information about how it goes. And now blockchain technology is there, and worldwide everybody has access to information simultaneously, and it goes very fast that we are learning by ourselves. And it looks all so professional. You go to these events, there are light shows and things as if that technology is here forever, 20 years or something. No, we are in the 95s of the internet. You have to always bring that in to see that. It is very early, very, very early and pioneering. And the people who are going into that field are very brave. Trying things, building things, failing, success, everything will be there, and everything is very good and necessary for such a great technology to evolve. So where I come from is real estate, and where I went to then is portfolio management, and then we are running a software company since a couple of years and managing portfolios, trying to collect data from different sources and consolidate that for huge portfolios that they can have a consolidated view, validation, valuation, benchmarking, yeah, see the thing in one place. That was my first tech startup, not my first tech startup, but my first tech startup in real estate. And that is doing fine, that is going on. Institutional investors, it's a cloud platform which they use internally on their enterprise cloud solutions. And so here we came along with the data problem. And blockchain came up and we started learning about it. I said, oh my God, real estate people that don't know what a centralized database is. I'm joking, yeah. And now comes a decentralized database. That is far too much for the real estate industry. The digitalization in the real estate industry is excellent. That is too advanced. So there will never be a solution for that. That was 2.5 years ago, 2 years ago. So I looked and I joined, I think the 300 member I was in the IBREA network at that time, said, definitely that technology will come, we have to learn. So to make it short, we concentrated on something which has to do with data, because that is actually a huge problem in real estate. And we went through all the title transfer. How can blockchain be used? For what can it be used? What problem is it solving? That is the main issue. We want to solve a problem. And we always came back out of our experience with huge customers, siloed data. Ragnar told it all in the beginning. What is the use to make a title transfer instead of weeks and seconds? And the due diligence before took us months to make a purchase decision, because we had to collect all the data first, because they're not there, or they're hidden, or not told, because we want to have a high price or whatever. To collect all that, prove it, validate it, do evaluation, all these things need a lot of time. And the data is very often not there. So there is a sea of data in real estate, because real estate is complex. And to validate a real estate, you need all these data to make a valuation of that real estate. So these real estate data are not, they are everywhere. So brokers get paid for it to collect these data, actually. That's why they get a high commission. Then the owner comes with a floppy disk sometimes, or a CD, or a printed paper, or he said, I don't have any plans. You go to the architect, but the architect retired. Where to get the data now? Okay, we have to draw a new plan. All these basic things. You're all real estate people, so I don't go deep into it, because that is your daily thing when you start buying a real estate, when you are in a due diligence process, when you are a validator of real estate. Most of the time, you collecting data. And when it comes to commercial real estate, then the technical aspect is there, the technical due diligence, all these things has to be proven. Is there risks in it? When do I have to do the next renovation? Is the machine, is it lift breaking down? Do I have to repair? Data, 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 data. So, but real estate owners, they don't care about data. They don't own it most of the time. I was on a conference once, and then people asked, what is real estate without data? You need data. And then the owner said, it's still real estate. I don't need data. It has its value. Yeah, that's right. But it can have more value, better value, when you have the right data, or you see the risk. So we are, with Elea, and especially with a product called the Property DNA, we are focusing on that data thing. The blockchain is not so interesting for me, actually. As Justin said, in a couple of years, we will not know that there's a blockchain underneath to do all these things. The next evolution is the decentralized applications, for example. The second layer of the blockchain, the side chains, Lightning wallets, Lightning network, faster transactions, low-cost transactions. All these things are coming in the near future, and that is what we are looking into. In the morning, we got asked who owns Bitcoin or Ether or whatever cryptocurrency. A lot of people raising their hands. And when I have coffee break, then I usually ask them, how do you own it? What are you using? What wallet? Wallet? I have it on Coinbase. Okay. But then you don't own then you don't own it. You just changed your bank from one bank to another bank. It's okay, but you don't own the cryptocurrency. It's the difference. So what we have to learn is what is a private key, what is a public key. It's not the @ sign, that simple thing. It's now 48 account number, that length. Yeah, but we have to learn it. And what we have to learn is self-responsibility, because there is no bank we can call and say, oh, I lost my card, my password is gone, can you issue me a new one? Okay? These mechanisms we have to learn. And we have to learn it by ourselves. That's why Ragnar said, get involved, go in. Usually I don't talk in meetups anymore to people who just come and sit there and don't have a mobile wallet. Doesn't matter if there's 5 francs on it or 100 dings. Get the mechanism, understand how it works, how easy it is now to send to my daughter who studies in Malaysia Sunday 50 francs because she lost her purse or she didn't have the money to come back home, and say, look for a Chinese guy there, definitely has a Bitcoin wallet, and he might give you the 50 francs and you give him the Bitcoin. That's what she did. We did that in 10 minutes, and solving a problem and transferring money over the weekend. That is the power of it. So, but we have to learn to work with it. And that's why I not talk about blockchain. I talk about crypto financings or things which come there, like wallets, like setting up a decentralized app as a wallet. Those things are interesting for us. How to transfer assets, because that is the blockchain or the cryptocurrency really. It's an incentivation mechanism. And because it has an incentivation mechanism, exchanging assets, you can convince people to participate and to work with you and to do things for you or for the community. And that is the power. We have to learn to think outside in, not we are decentralized and let's see how we make. No, what is the ecosystem, who participates in it, and how can we incentivize them? So there is a small ecosystem in real estate that is the tenant. Oh, there's a tenant. Most of you, oh, you forgot. He pays our dividend, he pays our income. Oh, you're a tenant, oh, you're a tenant. Have you ever get as a tenant some benefit? Did you ever get incentivized for something good you did in that property? No? It's complicated also to do so. But not when they have a wallet from your house or from your owner. Very easy to make him a co-owner or make him somebody who is involved in it instead of the property management company who is doing a good job. But maybe they're miles away from that property and not there daily. But the tenants are always there. So this mechanism with wallets and incentivizing tenant, owner, and owner representative can be a very powerful mechanism in getting more value in that property. So we say, what is when each property in the world has a kind of a black box or a DNA, and this DNA is highly encrypted, uses all the cryptographic mechanisms which we know now, and is not in the cloud. It's owned, it's a decentralized application. It's a piece of software, open source. Everybody can analyze. Okay, there's no backdoors in, there's no data. And then we're selling all the data from all these things. You can check it, open source, and download it. I own the data, and I decide whom I give access to it. So we created such a decentralized application concept. Now, it's a concept, and we know how to build software, so we first think, then we program it. But it's not yet fully programmed, okay? And in the future, there will be more and more data coming. Building information modeling, IFCS files, all this stuff. IoT data. You know, everybody wants to put IoT, but they don't know what to do with the data. Where is it going to? It's a big security issue also. It can move into your own DNA, and then you see what you do with it later, or if you share it on a maybe open property data platform, and you receive some currency because you participate in that. Everybody in real estate needs data and wants data, but nobody's willing to give. So that is a reality. It's a problem also. That's why it is centralized. And so data is our main thing we are focusing, and we are trying to build a solution to solve this problem. You know all, I just put that slide for you when you receive that presentation. It's maybe some more or even deeper information of data, but it is the rough overview of data you need to make a proper due diligence and a proper valuation of a real estate. And now, fractionalizing real estate and crowdfunding real estate. It's super mechanisms, but the door for fraud is really open. If you as an investor somewhere in the country have not attached to your token a validated DNA validated by an auditing company for certain valuations, a stamped audit, not validated accounting tables. Is that income really coming in? Is that tenant really paying that? Is the cash flow like that? Are the costs like that? When was the last renovation? Is the owner the owner? We don't know. When we see that little ad in the token, oh, that's a super real estate. We have to get private keys or an information token access. Let's call it an expose token or a due diligence token, which gives you the information of that real estate which is for sale or for crowdfund or for fractionalizing real estate investment. And we saw that great platforms coming up who solving the problem or giving liquidity to real estate tokens. And we said, yeah, we want to be a solution who supports that. People can plug that DNA into the house they want to fractionalize. They can create a proper information sheet. And when we talk about that, you can be sure that it will be easy to use UX design, because that is the main focus we always put on. It has to be easily used. People have to understand it. People with non-real estate knowledge have to understand it. And so that they can discriminate. Yeah, that's a good, out of my logical sense, that is a good investment. Because they are transparent, they show me everything. Yes, I trust it. I invest it. So we are kind of an enabler technology for the upcoming investment possibilities which cryptocurrency and blockchain gives. And we have the mechanisms in that tenant, owner, owner representative, or participation parties in that real estate can exchange value, or they receive a kind of a payment when they share their data to the community of real estate owners who have an interest in the anonymized data set in that area, in that hectare, in that geo-coordinate, what is the rent there. So then they can receive also payment. Very easy. That's the power of wallets and cryptocurrency. And then fractional ownership and tokenizing of real estate investments are really powerful. You can add the DNA to deeds, which makes it clear what is underneath, what is the history. Every transaction, you start with Adam and Eve from the beginning and type everything again from the papers. Very rarely you have a super data room. It's all missing pieces. What is with that? That I don't have, that I have to search. That has to be changed in the future. And the property DNA is a free to download open source software. You download it. First you have a smart data room. and decide then what to do with it. But you can organize your stuff in an easy way first. Hopefully millions of people do that. With that we have a communication channel to them, but not yet made any money. So it's invested a lot to build it, but it's not yet the DNA. That's a smart data room. And then we add functionalities to it, so that they can audit certain things, go to a valuation company and say, okay, please validate my data here, but I don't pay you 1,000 or 3,000 francs for it. Sorry, I have everything. I just want your validation if I used all the criteria properly, or if my DCF is properly made. Yeah, and then maybe that valuation in the future costs $100 to stamp, or $200. It's okay, $300. But it's a different approach when you have all your data in a professional way in your DNA. And that DNA is attached to the house. So when the sales go on, you change the public and private key, and it's part of the contract, and you inherit that DNA, and it stays with your building. The next one has it easier, the next one has it easier. The liquidity of all that with that information and the time to decide, that is fast. That is our idea and our concept. So, and mostly important, you own your data. That is the biggest thing, and that's why a decentralized application is necessary. It must be open source to see that it is properly programmed, and you control whom you give it and with whom you share it. Banks have a big interest in that, to download thousands of DNAs, because they have to reevaluate the real estate every 1 year, 2 year, 5 years. And then your private people coming with PDFs, lights, files, and floppy disks and CDs and stuff. And with a high-paid staff, they have to type it off into the evaluation system. You don't need that. Future, they send them, say, download the DNA here, fill that stuff up. First time is a little work. Or give it to your property manager, and you can pay him with cryptocurrency to do so. Its mechanism is built in, and then give us access to it, and then we see if you continue with your mortgage or not. I think that will do. So that's a channel we're going to also bring it in to the world. That's my presentation. Thank you.